Hello, folks, and we are now back for day 3 of Advent of Code. I'm going to quickly go boost the stream on my Twitter account, and then we can get started with the warm-up while we wait for the puzzles to get unlocked. So I'm going to go publish in a second, and then I'll be right back. Excellent. Okay, cool. Hopefully that contained no typos. I think that looks reasonable. Excellent. So, we are currently looking at 27 minutes on the clock before we go ahead and have day 3 unlocked available for me to solve. So, let's go ahead and make the boilerplate. There's not going to be a day 32 of Advent of Code. Well, it'd be nice if there were, but then it wouldn't exactly be on theme. Okay. That is now obviously wrong, which I set up correctly when I set up the template. So now that's fixed. Excellent. Okay. Just see whether my tags got wiped, since Twitch has a habit of wiping tags. Oh, they did it to me again. Yup. Oh, that's the worst. I should really file a bug. Okay, hopefully the tags are now correct. Hey. Yeah. Twitch, when you start a new stream, either a new stream or when you change the category of your stream, Twitch will delete all of the tags that you have. So I set up, in advance of starting my stream, I set up all of these tags, and then it dropped this one, dropped this one, dropped this one, and it only showed IRL and creative, which kind of sucks. So that's unfortunate, but easy enough to fix now that's on my checklist of things to check before I start a stream, rather than getting unpleasantly surprised. Yep, well, easy enough to fix, and I think I even know someone who works at Twitch, or was pointing to them when I asked a question about, hey, why is there only one kind of identity, marginalized identity tag? And the answer is that they're potentially working on more, but there's only one for now. I wonder what people are saying on Twitter today about Advent. Oh, that's awesome. Someone's doing a different language every day. I am not that much of a polyglot, so I'm not going to do that. But that's awesome. Hopefully today I'll be a little bit less tired than I was last night, because I took a nap before doing Advent, which has its own challenges, because it means that if you take a nap before doing Advent, the advantage is that you're less tired. The disadvantage is that you're a little bit groggy, but that's why 30 minutes to kind of wake up. So let's see. What was last year's day 3 like? Last year they ratcheted up the difficulty with the spiral puzzle. I remember this. Okay. Yeah, whereas this one was more... Day 2 last year was mathy, similar to this year. Okay. What other things do they start introducing in day 3 and 4? Huh. Okay. Well, that's useful to think about, is how will I start doing with kind of a more complicated mathy puzzle. But and as always, if you're interested in seeing committed code, you can go to github.com/LizTheGray/admin of code to get to the solutions in progress for 2018, as well as the previous year solutions for 2015, 2016, and 2017. Also, I'd be remiss to not point out that these puzzles only would exist with Eric Wastel's excellent work on putting them together, so make sure that you throw him some money. If you go to adminofcode/2018/support, you can offer him some support. But for now, while I attempt to wake up, wait, that clock is wrong. Oh. I think I know what the bug is here. I think the bug is that when I go forward and back on the page, it reloads to the timestamp of when I left the page, as if almost as if it had been suspended and then resumed running, rather than grabbing a current timestamp. I think that is the bug, and Eric, if you're watching, I think I have a reproduction case for you. So we'll notice that right now this, let's get a clean reload. Right, notice how it says 2021. If I click away, let's see, let's just record the number 2005 here. And then if I click on AOC++ now, and I'm going to give it like a couple of minutes to wait, and then I'll go back, and then I'll see whether it displays the wrong timestamp. Because if so, that would explain why I had the dramatically wrong timestamp on how much time is left until midnight, I think 2 nights ago. So, 2005 was the time that we left it. It should be down now to like 1930, 1915 or so. So let's go ahead and click that back button. Yeah. Look, it even says 2017 now, which is adding time to the clock. But clearly we know that right now it should read less than 20 minutes, and I bet if I refresh, yep, 1907. Okay. That is the bug. We've figured out the bug. So, Advent of Code does not deal well with this timer if you go to somewhere else and then you hit back. Yay! I break all the things. All the things. That's weird. The same problem I had last year with if I move the mouse, having random flashes of horizontal red across here seems to be happening with my encoder, and I don't know why. Oh, thank you, Binary Vixen. That is excellent and super helpful. So I am going to leave this window untouched just to be safe, to avoid being late to start the puzzle. Instead, if I have to show something, I'll use a new tab. Let me quit Signal just in case. Also, hi, how's everyone doing? You don't have to be quiet in chat, you can talk, that's fine. My nose is itching, it's so weird. I don't know why. I sincerely hope it's not because I'm getting sick, because I'm about to travel and that would suck. Okay, yep. Nose is definitely not happy. Feels more allergic than cold, though, at least. All right, let's see. Let's get out of Python. I'm not actually using Python for this year. In fact, I don't think I used Python for any years. Yeah, it's all Go. That's weird. Oh, if you click there, it'll act as if you click the edit button. That is surprising UX, but I guess it makes sense. I wonder if I can change my mouse cursor so it stops flashing like that. Because that's so distracting and weird. Like, what's going on with my video encoder? Because the weird thing is, on my screen, I'm not actually seeing any of that, right? I'm not seeing any weird stuff. It just looks perfectly ordinary. Right, but on the stream, it looks like it's glitching out all the time. Just super weird. Huh. I don't understand what's going on. Wait, did it fix it? Bringing OBS onto here? No, it didn't. But it's reproducing over here now. That's so weird. Okay, I don't understand, video encoding, so I'm going to trust that somehow there's a reason for that and hope it's not too distracting. See, is anyone else saying anything cool about Arduino code? Nope. It's pretty quiet. The other interesting thing that I was looking at, I'm curious when I woke up this morning, is how many people completed the second puzzle versus the first. And the answer is there actually wasn't that much drop off, which is good. Because it's really encouraging to see people stick with it rather than do one day and then give up on it. So that's super great. And then let's see whether there's anyone else whose stream I should mention. Who is streaming Advent of Code right now? Oh, Tremor AI is getting ready to do Advent of Code. They're someone who's brand new to programming, or relatively new, and is using Advent of Code as an opportunity to learn. So they've been really awesome about like asking for suggestions and such. So feel free to give them a visit after we're done here. Also, it looks like, is that my friend Matt Welsh? Or is it some other M. Welsh? I'm really curious. But that person is apparently doing Advent of Code Day 1 or 2, if their stream title is accurate. So, yay, lots of other streamers working on this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it done relatively quickly because it is midnight here. Get to bed, or get to bed once the video has finished encoding and posted to YouTube. All right, we have about 12 minutes to go. And I think, let's just double check that our environment works. Just in case something broke overnight. Yep, it works. On day 1, I had an unfortunate occurrence with my go path being set incorrectly. Yeah, my Go route was set to hard-coded to the incorrect version of Go, and I discovered this by accident, and that was not very fun. But fortunately, being on the stream early let me fix it before it slowed me down. So are other folks on the stream doing Advent of Code, or are people living vicariously through me, as it were? Wow, very quiet bunch of you today. I think I'm going to spend this time while we're waiting looking at potential things that might be useful from last year, just to refresh my memory as to how I solve things. For instance, there's a joke running around my Twitter feed today about, hey, you should use a map to solve every single problem. Turns out that maps are super useful, and explicitly defining things as, as varying bundles of integers or other quantities, and then shoving that into a map as the key can be pretty useful. So just refreshing my memory as to how I did that last year. Okay. Now I remember. Great. Eight minutes to go. Twitch search is interesting in that it's showing 5 results that are live, but only 4 that are actually showing up here. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I wind up breaking a lot of the technical things I touch because I have that particular magic talent. Oh. That's really strange. Why is it showing in Twitch Analytics a stream that's literally 4 minutes long rather than my whole stream right now? That's so strange. I don't know what's up with that either. Breaking everything I touch, literally everything. And yes, I am serious that my magical talent is figuring out how every system breaks. Sometimes deliberately poking around at it, other times having stuff just randomly go wrong around me. Wait, that's super confusing. Oh, huh. Today I learned that a particular friend's Twitch channel name is different from the handle they use everywhere else. Namespaces are hard. I'm just going to refresh this just to make sure the timer is accurately ticking down now. Yep, that actually looks fine now. Yeah, so it's just navigating the page that caused it to break. Okay. Also, I'm kind of amused that Eric posted the heart rate graph because it came up on the stream a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's pretty easy to feel like falling asleep the later and later it gets. But I have to resist that for a couple of minutes until I finish this puzzle. Although I'll probably declare a hard stop at 00:30, so if I can't figure it out in the first half hour, I'm probably going to look into winding down. But my suspicion is the difficulty ramp from like 10 minutes to a 20-minute problem rather than going straight to a 2 or 3 hour head scratcher. But, you know, Eric can be diabolical, so we'll find out what he does. post AB. Just jealous of folks in Europe that get to start their day with coding rather than ending their day with coding. Because it turns out that you are, in general, a lot better at writing code and doing stuff when you're less tired rather than more tired. So, yeah. But it is what it is, and in a couple of days I will be operating on US Pacific time, which should be a lot better because I can start streaming at 9 p.m. and finish up by 10 p.m. or whatever. So, yes, Eric? Hi. Did someone mention to you that I figured out how to break this timer? Go look at the clips afterwards. TLDR, if you navigate away and then hit the back button, the clock will reset to the time that you left the page rather than the current time. I'm not going to demonstrate it right now, but... Technical debt. Totally understood. Everyone's code does contain bugs. Most of all mine. Cool. Well, I'm glad it's not a surprise to you, at least. Right, about a minute left. Kind of curious what Eric's heart rate is like, but I imagine he'll post a graph of it. Oh. That makes sense. I understand why it does that. That's cool to know. Okay. Let us get ready to go. Right. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Fabric. It's 1,000 by 1,000 square. Oh. I see. Yep. Okay. Claims overlap. Yep. How many square inches of fabric are within 2 or more claims? Yep. Okay. That seems easy enough to solve. The thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use the technique I think from last year of doing regex parsing. Okay, I think that will work. Okay, so we are looking for must compile. Okay, so we're looking for something of the form 09 plus at 0 through 9 plus comma 0 through 9 plus colon. Surprising nobody. 0 through 9 plus x 0 through 9 plus. Okay, something like that should do the trick. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, okay, that's fine. So now we need to have our must compile. Once we compile, we find the string submatches. Great. In L, okay, and we're also going to need str.conv to get a to I. Claim is going to be parsed strcond a to I parsed 1 because 0 I think matches the entire string. We're going to want offset x here AGI parse 2, y is going to be 3, a to I parsed 4. My keyboard's doing the stupid repeating thing again. And then y is going to be parsed 5. Let's go ahead and just print that I parsed it correctly just to make sure. Okay, something like that. Claim offset x, offset y, size x, size y. And let's put a new line there. Okay, so if I run this, this should work. 18 day 03 go. 15. Oh. Think. Damn it. How do I do that? Yeah, that should work. Buffalo reader has no. Oh. R turns out to be double defined. So let's do that. Easy enough to fix. Okay. That did not work as intended. So why did that not work as intended? Yeah, we get to have fun with debugging this. Number 1 at, okay, 0 through 9, 0 through 9 plus, colon space, 10 by 26, etc. Okay, there's a problem with my regex. It's probably no, that's fascinating. What have I done wrong? Let's print the line first. Oh, let's just print parsed. Let's make sure that this looks reasonable first. So, no, that's not running. Data3.input. That looks, oh! Grumble, grumble, grumble. Yeah, okay, that was fine. That was actually completely fine. I was just using a relative path when I ran, and of course it didn't work. Okay. Yay, chasing phantom bugs. Okay, that feels better. Great. Okay, so now we're going to store these in a dict, or, so we're going to need to define a type. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Right, so we need to define type claim, struct contains all these lovely things like offset x, offset y, size x, size y. Size x, size y. These are all integers, so I'll just do that. Int. Okay. Why is it doing this? Oh, because I had tabs there. Okay, that's fine. Great. And okay. So make map int claim claims type equals claim set x offset y size x size y, something like that. No, don't need to do that. That looks fine. So now we get to actually do the meat of the puzzle, which is we need to mark things that are claimed by multiple things. Everything I think is an integer. In fact, it would break if I didn't. So I'm also going to define actually, yeah, I think I can, let me think about how this works. It will probably be fine just to mark individual coordinates. And if I need to track regions instead of coordinates, I can do it easily enough. Okay. Okay. So now I have a list of all the conflicting regions for conflicts and claimed. Okay. For we don't need the key for each claim. For actually, how big are these numbers exactly? Oh, not too bad. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but I don't really like doing n by n stuff. It'll be fine. If it winds up being non-performant, we can fix it. Okay. For x is offset x, x is less than offset x plus size x, x plus plus. For y, so that's an offset y. Up. Okay. Okay. Something like that should do the trick. Claimed. True. Claimed try that. It might be too slow. Claims, claim. Where's claims? Oh. Huh? Oh, oops. Silly. Okay, that's probably going to be non-performant. So while that runs, let's figure out a smarter way of doing it. The smarter way of doing it is splitting up claims into artificial claims and tracking only the square inches of fabric rather than the actual number. I'm going to leave that to continue to run, but let's fix that. Okay, so going to, let's think about this. How can we do this smarter? Roughly, what I have in mind to do is, if there's an area overlapping, to modify the existing claims and create a new fake claim to indicate what has been modified. Let's see. Oops. Yep. Okay. That's fine. Hopefully the did not crash my streaming. Nope. Good. That is the danger of doing it this way. Okay. So we are not going to track each individual pixel because that's going to be a giant pain. So instead, we're going to need to think about is we're going to need to track rectangles instead. Okay, so actually, can still do that, but we're going to need to do something like this. Just think about that. How do I do that? The other trouble is avoiding creating n-squared problems. Yep, Eric, you have definitely done it. You have definitely kicked up the difficulty. Because this now can no longer be solved with brute force, so yay. Not going to look at the leaderboard to see whether someone has beaten me, because they have. Okay. So we need to track a bunch of claims. Let's see. Honestly, let's just do that. That's fine. I can store it as the key. So for each claim, we're going to need to look through the existing list of claims. Okay, yeah, I think that's a smarter move. Okay, smarter idea. Smarter idea number one is we're going to iterate through each set of, we're going to iterate through claims twice, and if v1 is x is within v2.offset. You think about this. So if there is a rectangle and the two rectangles overlap, that means that at least one of the corners must be inside of the boundaries of the rectangle. Okay. So let's define overlap. Something like this, just so I can have cleaner code. And that's going to return in fact, that's going to return another claim corresponding to the overlap region. Okay, great. Yeah, that'll be a lot cleaner. So, how are we going to do this? Oh, I'm probably going to have to... Yeah, that's fine. We'll worry about it later. The number of overlapping squares is probably much smaller than the total number of squares. So, okay. If C1 offset x, if C1 offset x is greater than or equal to C1, greater than or equal to C1 dot offset x, and is C1 offset y is, or offset x is less than C1, C2 plus C2 size x, if C1, okay. All right, let's make this more readable. Okay. Left x, okay, top left y, now I'm understanding why I actually needed the coordinate class, but that's fine. Okay. Oh, there's a bug in this. Yeah, there's a bug in this. The bug is if a allocation is entirely inside of the rectangle, then I'm going to miss. Am I going to miss it? Let me think about it. No, I'm not going to miss it because I'm going to check it from both sides. So it will be still inside of one of them. Okay, that I still feel comfortable with that. I hate cut and paste code. Is there a way to reduce this? Probably. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Let's just do this. Inside. Something like that. Okay. So let's just do this. That's fine. Okay. Great. Something like this. Okay, I think that will do what I expect. right, bottom left, bottom right. Okay, cool. Top right is going to x plus size c2 size x. Are those inclusive or non-inclusive? Actually, now that I'm staring at this, it's going to start at 1, 3. That's a 4 by 4, so that needs to claim. Okay. Let me think about it. So if I have a 1 by 1 claim, I want it to claim only that one square. Yeah, okay. So that's strictly less than. That seems okay. All right, great. Yeah. Okay. I think I do need that. Nope, that's fine. 2 off size y minus 1. C2 size x minus 1 plus size y minus 1. Okay, so that should work. Okay. So now, if not top left and not top right and not bottom and not bottom right, return nil. Otherwise, we need to construct the overlap. If top. Okay, let's think about this now. So, if I've done this correctly, if the top left is inside, okay. Yep, okay. Overlap is a new claim. Okay. So if the top left of the square is inside, then we don't know. Yeah, we do. So why would it overlap if not for the top left? I need to almost get out a piece of paper or draw a bunch of ASCII art. Let's see. Okay, right. If the top left is inside, then overlap overlap offset x equals C2 offset x, and overlap offset y to offset y. Okay. I'll think about the else cases in a second. If similarly, then overlap size x, y, C2, x, Oop, we're coming up on 30 minutes. I'm excited about this. I'm going to keep going. I'm not feeling tired. Size x minus 1 minus overlap size x. Similarly, that's going to be very, very similar. Okay. Something like that should do the trick. I suspect I am overcomplicating things. That is my suspicion, is that I really, really goofed, and that will bite me, but that's fine. I'll have an elegant solution no one else has. Be wonderful. Okay. So if the top left corner is not inside, the top right corner is in. So if the top left corner is not inside, but the top right corner is inside, what does that mean? Okay. I think I understand. Yeah, I'm not feeling good about my solution here. Not feeling good about my solution at all. Let's see. So in that case, I'm feeling comfortable with that, at least. But if that's not the case, if it's not inside. Oh, that is inside, but the top left is not. That means that the start is going to be there. The y coordinate, let's see. What's that going to be? I think something like that. I feel okay about that. Something like that. Yep, okay. I feel like I'm missing a case here. Top left corner is inside, then we're good to start the overlap region there. If it is not inside, then it means that we started the overlap somewhere else. Because I'm missing the case that I use. Wait, that cannot possibly be right. Okay, I'm gonna need to grab a piece of paper. Where do I have a piece of paper that does not contain personally identifying information about me? That is the question. Oh dear. Note to self, keep paper for next time. Okay, so let's just draw in terrible ASCII art instead. Okay, let's think about it. And now I know that I am massively overcomplicating it because everyone else is done, I am not done, so. Well, rip me. Okay. So, let's see. I have some kind of rectangle that looks something like that. And then I have something that looks like that. Thinking about it and drawing it out. You know what, actually this is better so people on stream can see anyway. Okay. So if the top left is inside the rectangle, obviously the overlap is going to look like that. If the top left is not inside of the rectangle, but we still had an overlap, that means that we must have started outside the rectangle, right? Which means that wherever this is, oh, got it. If top right is not inside, then it's the whole width of the rectangle that's overlapping. Right, okay. Yep. Ah. Yes, okay. This is why I need all these other cases. Okay, now this is making sense. Now this is completely making sense. Okay. So, if the top right is inside, yep, then that gives us some information on our x. But it does, and it gives us information on our y. Yep, okay, got it. Okay, I see now. I see. Okay. So, top left is inside. Then we can use information on whether the top right is inside to deduce other stuff. Okay, I believe that. Then, okay. C1. Yep. Okay. I've gotten myself all tangled, haven't I? So if the top right corner is inside, then I need to, the width needs to be this. Okay. Which is going to be C1 set x plus C2 with x minus 1 minus C2, C1 offset. Okay. That should do it. Okay. But if it's not inside, then we just have all of with x. I think that should work. Great. But that gives us no information about y. Sense. So now, if the top left corner is, oh, no, the top left corner is definitely inside. The top left and top right corners are inside. Oh, then that's easy. Right, okay, I think I mixed these up. Top left corner is, okay, let's save that. I am very grumpy at myself for overcomplicating this, but, you know, it's an adventure. I'm sure that I just took the wrong algorithmic approach. Okay, so that needs to go So if the top left corner is inside, then we use that corner. If the top right corner is inside, then we just steal the width. Otherwise, we need to subtract. So that's this case. So if the top left corner is inside, but the top right is not, then we're going to need to start with yep, not going for speed. That is, I think that is the lesson, is I am not going for speed with this. I'm never going to make the leaderboard. Okay, so it's going to be so what is it going to be? Okay, let's just start this computation from scratch. So we're going to measure from the top left corner you know what? Oh, yeah. Yep. We're not doing this anymore. We are going to, instead of doing this, I'm going to refactor. We're going to refactor this way. I've decided that I have done too much complicated math. Okay. Top, bottom, left. Throw it all away. Okay. We still will need this, but this now simplifies. Realized it was computing the same thing over and over again, which was x is greater than or equal to top, or x is less than or equal to bottom. Oh, now I'm tripped up. Okay, so the x-coordinate specifies the left and right edges. Okay, and the y-coordinate is... Yeah, okay, this feels so much better. Okay. Yep, I like that a lot more. Okay. Now, I think that still is the same. Now, instead of this, I can oh, that's going to hurt. Okay. Great. Not winning prizes for speed. Oh. Actually, wait, this reduces even further. Yep. Yeah, this reduces even further. Right. Oh. I think I can just solve it this way. Yeah, okay. That is completely my bad. Feeling much better about this approach. Much better. Okay. So, like that. That feels much, much better. Okay, so now in order to fix this, we're going to need to there. Okay, that feels much, much better. One overlaps two. Okay. Okay, that feels better. Is that a middle then? Something like that. And then I only have to do the tricky math once here. Okay, that feels much, much better. Great. Oh, the feeling of being a colossal idiot. I should actually be fairer to myself and not talk about myself negatively, because, you know what? It is okay to have an adventure. So what we essentially want to do, now that I'm thinking about this, is, yeah. And C1. Think about this. We're going to do it both ways. Okay. So now I think about this. So if the tops are inside, then what does that mean? That means that, okay. Okay, I think that should do the trick. Okay. Something like that. I think that'll do the trick. Okay. Similarly, we need to do this for the bottom. Yep, okay. Okay, that's okay. Now we need to do left and right. Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay. All right. Left, Oh, so I did. Sorry about that. It turns out that one of my hotkeys apparently mutes, and I accidentally hit it by accident. Whoops. That is my bad. How long have I been silent for? Yeah, seriously, time for a new keyboard. Let's see. Or y is k top, y is less than or equal to k bottom, plus. Oh, okay, 3 or 4 minutes of lost audio is not bad. Chord x, y. Try that. Okay. What did I do? Line. Oh, whoops. First of all, that is contains. Okay. 147. Oh. You know what? These are small enough. I'm comfortable passing my belly. That's fine. It's okay. Okay, 95 through 97. 5 through 97. Oh. Whoops. That's enough. I wonder if I'm going to run out of memory. Oh, that worked. That's not the right answer. Okay, let's run on the sample input. Okay, let's feed in this as an input. Oh. I see. I bet I know it's wrong. My suspicion as to what's wrong is that I'm overlapping too much. Bottom, top, left, right, okay. Let's print out each of these overlaps and see what's going on with them. Okay, feel better now that my code is not just not just crashing. Okay, something like that. We overlapped. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Okay, now I understand what went wrong. I think what went wrong is that I accidentally allowed top to become larger than bottom. Oh. Yeah. What did I do wrong here? Okay. So now that eliminates that possibility nicely. But it still is saying 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to 3. Why is that? That is clearly not right. 4 to 6 is too large by 1. Okay. Just make sure that these squares are even correct. Does look fine because 1 by 1 is 4 by 4. Okay. Let's just quickly check that. Okay. Save claim from 4. No, that can't possibly be right. Am I misparsing? That cannot possibly be right. Oh. Oh. Now I feel like a colossal idiot. Top, bottom, left, right. So that's defined in the wrong order. That's why I'm getting nonsensical results. Okay. So top, bottom, left, right. Okay. Now does that work? Okay, now that looks better. Because left to right is going to be positions 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. And y is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that looks okay. Great. Okay. Now, I think I don't need this anymore. Let's try that. Where's K? Okay, that's fine. Why is the result 0? Yeah, I do Control-Shift-C a lot. Let's see. So let's find out what happened. So why is it not detecting any overlaps now? It should detect that there is an overlap between claim 1 and claim 2. Why is it not detecting that? Oops. Let's try here and see what's going on here. Fascinating. Is it actually detecting this rectangle? Oh, I think I have this backwards. All right, let's consider the polarity of this. Okay, oh, these are all wrong, that's why. Okay, C1's top is between C2's top and bottom. We're going to use C1's top. Otherwise, we're going to use... Otherwise, they don't... Oh. Oh, there's just a simpler way of doing this. There's just a simpler way of doing this. So we're going to use the larger of the two tops. Okay. C1 is smaller. Then we're going to use the larger. Okay. Okay, that feels much better. Okay. If C1's bottom is less than or equal to C2's bottom, then we're going to use C1's bottom. Yep. Okay. Follow that. Now let's do left. Okay. Yeah, that feels much, much better. Okay. If C1's left is less than C2's left, then we're going to use C2's left. Finally, C1's right is less than, yep, okay, I think that's correct. Try that. Is that 8? Is that right? Yeah, okay. Seem correct. So we want to check because if they don't contain each other, then I'm just going to wind up picking... Oh. Okay, right. Let's see. How do we solve this? I am clearly off my game. Yeah, okay. that's clearly wrong now. What did I do wrong? I clearly did something very wrong. Okay. All right, let's think about this again. So I want to take the larger of the two tops. So if C2 is larger, I want to take it, otherwise I want to take C1. If I want to take the smaller of the bottoms, I want to take the larger of the tops, or larger of the lefts. I want to take the smaller of the rights. And if this creates an impossible situation, then we know that we've messed up. Okay. So let's print the diagnostics and find out what's going on. Let's see. 3 to 4, 3 to 4. Okay, that looks correct. But then I've got these spurious other overlaps that are also being recorded for some reason. I don't know why. What would cause that pathologically to happen? That would pathologically happen if, why are there 5 overlaps? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So now I claim I at least only need to run this once. Let's see. No, that's still broken. What's going on here? From left to right, from top to bottom. Okay. Let's just work this out ourselves. So, let's try that really fast. Okay. We knew that already. Yeah, I was looping over claims twice. That shouldn't be the problem. I am so glad I took that nap now. So glad I took that nap. Okay. Okay, so the left. If I'm coming in from the left, I want to take the smaller of the two. Or the larger of the two. Right, what I'm trying to do is if they don't overlap at all, I want the right to wind up on the wrong side of the left. So that should work. So I want to take the smaller of the two rights. That should be fine. Okay, we're doing this the hard way. We're definitely doing this the hard way. C1, C2. Result. find out what's going on here. Okay. Oh! Oh, I feel like an idiot. Oh my god. I bet that's wrong. What was wrong with my first with my first solution? Oh, I'm such an idiot. If V1 is V2. V1. There. Bingo. That seems better. Okay. Oh, makes me feel silly. Why does that yield 3 to 6 still? It should yield 3 to 4, not 3 to 6. So something is wrong with my bottom logic. Need to return the smaller of the two bottoms. Yeah, there's so much headache in misreading. Smaller of the two bottoms. So if C1 bottom is 4, C2's bottom is 6, why did that generate 6? It doesn't even make any sense. Am I overwriting it somewhere? I'm just mad. Let's make triply sure that we got this right. 1 is 6. 1 is 4. So we should be, so that statement should evaluate to false, which means C2 should be saved. Oh, nope, I'm looking at the wrong one. I should be looking at left, right. So I need the smaller of the two lefts, or the larger of the two lefts. I need the smaller of the two rights. Okay. Just double check that. Right. Why is that not working? Thinks that C1 right is 6, C2 right is 4. So I should be saving 4. But yet I'm saving 6 to my right. So C1 is 4, C2 is 6. So C1 right is 4, C2, staring me right in the face. Reading comprehension, yet again. There. Okay. Ta-da. There we go. Now part 2. What's the ID number of the only claim that doesn't overlap? Okay, well that's easy now. We don't need the part B flag now. claim it doesn't overlap. So, reflected. Great, and now just need to find claims. If K is not in Okay. Arg. That was that. I'm now done. And that took far longer than it should have. I wonder whether my problem with running out of memory earlier was just the fact that I wasn't... I was comparing everything against itself and everything was conflicting, and of course it ran out of memory. Because if so, I way overcomplicated things. But... so it goes, and let's look at how badly I did on the leaderboard. Yeah, I finished something like 2,037th, 2,300th. Arg. Shake fist. You got me good, Eric. You got me good, Eric. Wait, what? I had an X for a Y in my loop stop condition an hour ago? Oh no! Yeah, you can discuss solutions on the stream now. Waste an hour trying to do the smart thing. Okay. Let's clean up properly. All right. I'm going to have to go back through the stream and repeatedly head desk. Okay, well, that is certainly much, I was going to swear, like, given that it was, I knew in advance it was 100 by, or 1,000 by 1,000 grid, I know I can store 1,000,000 coordinates. Yeah, I thought that should have worked, and yet it ran out of memory, and rather than blaming my loop, I blamed my code. Or I blamed my strategy, and that was a poor decision. Oh, that's so bad. Well, at least I have a fancy rectangle overlap solver now. At least I have that. Yes, if programming worked every time, it would be boring. Yeah, using tubal keys I think works quite well for Go at least. So. Okay, cool. Well, it is late. I'm going to wrap up because I am overdue for bed. So I would stick around and chat, but I cannot stick around. I'll catch you all tomorrow night. Have a good night.